Hey everyone, Daniel here and welcome back to another video. I hope all of you are having an absolutely phenomenal day out there as always. Here today, I want to take you guys through 3 small cap stocks that in my opinion have a lot of potential over the coming years to outperform the market in a major way. And in this video, I want to cover exactly what these 3 stocks are, and I actually own a majority of them in my portfolio. Just give you guys a rundown as to exactly what's happening with each of them and hopefully communicate what they do. So if you end up enjoying this video whatsoever, please consider subscribing and let's get into it. First and foremost, stock number 1 here is Bigg Digital Assets, and as of yesterday morning, I have in and around 4.2% of my stock market portfolio in Bigg Digital, and this is a company, a stock that I covered a couple days ago more in depth, going into what they do, but essentially they're involved in the cryptocurrency space through 2 major businesses. Bigg Digital is the parent company that owns Netcoins and Blockchain Intelligence Group. Netcoins is like a cryptocurrency a brokerage where you can purchase many different cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and trade them. And the hope is that eventually over the coming months and over the coming years, they'll significantly expand the amount of cryptocurrencies that you can trade on the platform. They'll expand into the United States, into Europe, and become the first fully licensed cryptocurrency exchange within Canada that will allow them to list many more coins and many more different cryptocurrencies. I see a lot of potential there with Netcoins, and when I look at Bigg Digital, they're also involved in the cryptocurrency security space with Blockchain Intelligence Group, with Clue and BitRank, that allow you to really track down fraudulent activity within the cryptocurrency blockchain, analyze different risk levels, and really kind of focus in on that space. So in my opinion, when I look at Bigg Digital, I see Netcoins as that more kind of, secure way of creating revenue over the coming months and over the coming potentially year here. But if, Bigg Digital succeeds with Blockchain Intelligence Group, that's just that cherry on top, to where right now it's very difficult to price in the potential of that, but if they do end up succeeding, there is a lot of potential there. And when we talk about Bigg Digital, I made a video on this a couple of days ago, and I just want to clarify one major thing. When we talk about Bigg Digital Assets, this is a company I've been talking about roughly over the past month or two. And when we look at Bigg Digital, I've liked this company ever since I started analyzing it back in around mid-April when the stock actually peaked. And what I said in that video is that they have a phenomenal business model. Netcoins, potential expansion into the United States within the next half year or so, a Blockchain Intelligence Group. But the one major thing that kept me away from investing in it was the valuation. I never didn't like the business, and that's something that you guys have been assuming in the comments section. I actually like the business. Over the past roughly 3 videos that I made, I like the business. I didn't like the valuation. What we've seen over the past couple of weeks here and over the past couple of months is Netcoins, a business, obviously the cryptocurrency brokerage, grows significantly month over month from actually stagnating from January, February, and March. It actually didn't really grow much from those months, and it was also trading at a significant premium to a company like Voyager Digital, which is one of my major holdings. But what we've seen over the past kind of April and May is Netcoins really start to grow again, and at that same time, the valuation has come down significantly to a point where I'm now intrigued in the stock, and that's why I bought in just yesterday. I think there's a lot of potential here, and we should be seeing some numbers for the month of May within the next couple of days, so make sure to subscribe, stick around. I will make a video talking about those results and talking about my future expectations with Bigg Digital from a revenue, profit, and price target standpoint over the coming days and over the coming weeks, as we get more clarification from Netcoins and Blockchain Intelligence Group. So that is stock number 1 on the list. One last thing I want to focus on here. This came out yesterday. India technically unbanned cryptocurrencies. And when we talk about the major move downwards that we've seen in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole over the past couple of weeks and over the past couple of months, one of the major reasons as to why we saw such a major decline in the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies over the past couple of weeks is because of India and China essentially going out and banning cryptos. But what we saw yesterday was India come out and say, you know what, guys? We're actually not banning cryptos. And if you want to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, or other cryptocurrencies across the board, feel free to do so. But make sure you follow the, whatever regulations put into place, like know your customer, anti-money laundering laws. This is all just basic stuff that even the United States follows, with know your customer laws. And when we talk about India here, this is very positive news and did cause a bit of recovery in the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies yesterday. Just good news across the board. And again, just speaking about China, I think this speaks speaks for itself. The amount of times over the past decade that we've seen China go out and ban cryptocurrencies, back here in 2013, back here, I believe this is 2014, back here in 2017, over here in 2019, and then here in 2021, obviously. China's just been so back and forth when it comes to cryptocurrencies. This isn't really something very new, and in my opinion, it's all just kind of directed fear, uncertainty, and doubt that has caused cryptocurrencies to fall in a major way, potentially for them to take advantage of it by shorting in advance or things along those lines. But in my opinion, when it comes to China, they're back and forth. Who knows what's going to happen over the coming years, but they haven't banned it before, and they probably won't ban it going forwards. Now, the next stock on the list here is Guru Organic Energy Corp, and this is a company that competes in the energy drink space, roughly a $500 million market cap in terms of Canadian dollars. Currently, they're situated in Canada. They make organic energy drinks by using only organic ingredients, minimal sugar, and you just generally create a much healthier product for you than a lot of the Red Bulls, the Monsters, and the Rockstars out there that obviously have a very big dominance within the energy drink space as a whole. So the play with Guru is that as time goes on, they're going to expand into the United States, into the rest of Canada. Keep in mind, they were mainly situated in Quebec over the past roughly couple of decades, and they're really starting to focus in on growth now. And in my opinion, Guru could very well be another kind of, Celsius Energy out there, potentially down the road, where they grab a lot of market share within Canada and really focus in on expanding within the United States. Keep in mind, if they succeed in the US, that's where the major opportunity is. And we talk about Guru. I took the past couple of weeks to really try out their products, test their products, and I have nothing but good things to say about them. And this is a third-party site here that kind of reviews different products, such as Guru in this case, and there's a lot of very positive reviews, and the only reviews that are really negative are the ones who just, potentially don't like the taste. Keep in mind, that's the thing with energy drinks and food across the board. It's very up to opinion. Some people like them, some people don't, and the other half of people that don't like them are people that don't really like energy drinks in the first place. That being said, when we talk about Guru, they have a very interesting product that they've only just started to launch called essentially energy water, where it's, caffeine inside of like a sparkling water that's, a little bit sweet. Picture it like a bubbly of energy drinks. I really like that product. I have nothing but good things to say about the products that Guru provides as a company. And we look at their valuation. Again, feel free to check out that video. I'll leave it in the description down below. But looking at Guru's valuation, it's significantly undervalued compared to a company like Celsius. And looking at their margins, they're actually very similar to Monster Energy. So given that, I do see a lot of potential, factoring in their growth. Again, please watch that video. I go through my long-term price targets, the amount of market share they can scoop up, and other things along those lines. Now, stock number 3, this is the last one we got to cover here. HITI. This is my play on the cannabis industry. I'm really excited about this company. I do need to make my updated price targets on them, as they have made a couple new acquisitions over the past couple of weeks here. But when we look at HITI, they're a company mainly focused in on the Canadian market. They do have an e-commerce presence, a very large e-commerce presence at that, within the United States and within North America when it comes to the cannabis accessory market. So I'm not going to label or talk about the different things they offer on those sites because obviously YouTube doesn't like that. But they make a lot of great products. Their margins are great. They're growing phenomenally when it comes to revenue. They have very high margins. And, just a couple days ago, they were approved to list on the NASDAQ, which is obviously a very positive catalyst. And they recently switched their ticker symbol from HITIF to HITID in a kind of preparation for this NASDAQ uplisting, which will happen tomorrow, from my understanding, on Wednesday. If we want to take a better look at the chart here, when it comes to HITI, they have been a little bit kind of flat over the past couple of months here, but obviously a lot of great catalysts. They continue to grow, open up new stores within their retail presence within Canada. This, uplisting to the NASDAQ will offer a lot of, new exposure to the company, and a lot of new, potential larger investors coming to HITI. When it comes to larger institutions or, larger hedge funds or things along those lines, there aren't many cannabis companies out there on the major exchanges. HITI will be one of the few that are listed on the major exchanges. And, when we talk about, cannabis companies listed on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange, hedge funds are forced to funnel their money into the ones that are listed on the major exchanges. And since there's so few, you got a situation where a lot of those companies are severely overvalued, but High Tide, on the other hand, is trading at a ridiculously cheap valuation compared to a lot of the companies in the price to sales ratio range of around 2 to 3 compared to something like a Canopy Growth Corp or a Tilray, which are trading at significantly higher, practically double-digit price to sales ratios. So, High Tide, I love this stock. Let me know if you guys want to see an updated price target. I really need to get on that. But anyways, guys, this is kind of my 3 stocks that I wanted to talk about in this video. They're all smaller companies listed under $1 billion in market cap. And when we talk about these, they shouldn't make up too big of a percentage of your portfolio because they're obviously in the smaller market cap range of things. But because of that, there certainly is more risk, but there does come a lot of reward with that. And when I pick any smaller cap companies, I want to have the same risk that I generally get with a lot of the larger companies, potentially in the $1 billion plus market cap range, but with that same reward that a lot of those other smaller companies provide. So, when I look at all of these companies, they all have phenomenal balance sheets, they're growing quickly, all have paths to profitability, and they're all expanding and disrupting a different niche. And that's what I love about all of these companies. Let me know if you want me to focus in on one more in depth in a future video. And anyways, thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate you being here. If you found any value in this video whatsoever, please consider sharing it, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.